know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to you. And today I want to talk about you solopreneurs. Last week I was speaking at a young professionals network to a bunch of people who wanted to build their personal brands. And a lot of them, before I actually got up on stage and started speaking, I spoke to them personally. I said, what brought you here? Why do you want to come here? What do you want to learn and what are your challenges right now business-wise? Oh, school got canceled today? Well, that's what's up. You still in school. You got Work on Your Game University. That's what we call this. WOYGU, Work on Your Game University. And a lot of them said, I want to start my own thing, build my own business. But a lot of them didn't really know the basics of starting to build their own thing. So this stream right here is for people who want to start their own thing, do your own thing business-wise, be a solopreneur, but you might not know exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it. So I'm going to give you 3 things. There are 3 personal skills, not for your product or service, but personal skills that you need personally if you're going to be a successful solopreneur. And as I'm talking, please tap the screen so the hearts come up over here if you like what I'm saying. And make sure you are following me here on Periscope, because I do these streams all the time, usually multiple times per day. So number one thing that you need, what's going on Boston? Number one thing, Baldwin from Boston. Number one thing that you need if you are going to be a solopreneur, you're going to build your own brand, do your own thing, start your own business, is you must be a master salesperson. A master salesperson. Master salesperson means you have to, what is sales first of all? Sales means the transfer of emotion from one person to another. That means however you feel about your product or service, whatever it is you're offering, let's say you were selling bottled water, however you feel about it, you have to be able to get other people to feel the same way about it. So in order to get people to feel a way that's going to make them part with their money, they spend their hard-earned money on your product or service, whatever it is, that means they have to feel like it's very valuable, it's really worth whatever it costs. Which means you need to feel like it's really worth whatever it costs, and then you need to transfer how you feel to how the other person feels. Now understand that the transfer of emotion is not a perfect science, meaning if I feel something is an 85, I'm the salesperson. Even if I'm a really good salesperson, the highest I'm going to make you feel maybe is a 75. Even if I do my best transferring job, you're never going to feel as sure about it as I do, because it's my product. It's not your product, it's my product. Which means your belief needs to be so high that even if the other person only gets half of it, or 80% of it, or 77% of it, they still feel like they should buy it. You must be a master salesperson, and on a basic level, you just got to be able to sell your products. Whatever your products or services are, you got to go out there and sell them. Not only to your mom and your aunt and your cousins and the people you grew up with on your block, because they're going to buy stuff from you just because it's you. They're going to buy stuff from you just to support you. You're a salesperson when you can sell a product or service to a person who doesn't give a damn if you fail or succeed. Person who doesn't care if you go broke, person who doesn't care that you spent your last $1,000 on creating a new product, a person who doesn't care that you need to make this sale, they buy it, that's when you're a salesperson. You got to be able to sell to people who don't care, they have no vested interest in your success or failure. That's when you're a salesperson. Number 2 thing that you need to be a great solopreneur or just a successful solopreneur starting your own thing is you got to be a self-starter. This sounds pretty simple, but a lot of people seem to miss this point. Self-starter means you got to be able to discipline yourself, which means when it's time to go to work, you're at work. When the time is up, your time is up, which means you got to give yourself deadlines. You got to adhere to your deadlines. You got to know what needs to get done, and you got to make sure that you hold yourself accountable for getting it done the same way that your boss does at work. If you have a job or ever had a job in your life, I think most of us have at some point, you had a boss who said you need to do this, this, and this. And you need to get this done in this amount of time, this done in this amount of time, get that done by the end of the day, and you did it. Why? Because if you didn't, you knew there was a penalty to be paid. Now, when you're a solopreneur running your own business, there's no penalty to be paid if you don't do the right thing, or at least not personally. Like, you're not going to punish yourself usually, which means you need to discipline yourself. And that's all discipline is. It means doing the thing that you need to do when you don't always feel like doing it, even when you know that there's no penalty that's going to come from it. So the number one thing that comes in point number 2 is that you must be disciplined self-starter person. You got to get yourself going, and you got to know when to slow yourself down without somebody else telling you. Number 3 thing you need to be a successful solopreneur starting your own business is you have to be able to get people to know what it is that you're doing. You got to be an outgoing individual. Outgoing is the word we'll use. This means you got to get the word out about what you're doing to other people so that they know that you're doing it. You understand? So this can't just be, oh, I started my business, I posted on Facebook a couple times, or I tweeted, or, maybe I could do more social media. We're talking about real life interaction with live human beings. You got to be outgoing enough to go meet people, shake hands, smile, make friends. Grip and grin is what we call it. Make friends, get people to know who you are, what you're doing, what you're about, why you're doing it, and how they can help your cause. You got to be able to go out there and build a network. Y'all know what networking means, right? Going out and meeting people, getting people to know who you are. You have to be able to go out and do that, or you need somebody on your team who can. There needs to be somebody in your business, in your organization who can. Now, if you're a solopreneur, which by definition means one person, you need to be all three of these. You need to be the outgoing person, you need to be a salesperson, and you need to be a self-starter. You need all three. If you are missing any one of these three, it's like sitting on a three-legged stool. One of the legs broken, you're going to fall down immediately. You can't miss any of these if you're a solopreneur. You're the entire business. Your business is going to, somebody say your network is your net worth. Yes, that's part of it, and then you just got to be outgoing. You got to go out there and create the network. So you can't, it's not you have a network, not somebody else has a network. You got to go out there and create it. Get people who have no idea what your name is to know what your name is by the end of the day. You have to be able to do that. So you got to be outgoing, you got to be a self-starter, and you got to know how to sell. You got to be able to sell, not even knowing how, you just got to be able to get people to buy your stuff, what it is that you're doing. So everybody, my name is Dre Baldwin. I told you I do these Periscope streams all the time. I talk business, I talk confidence, I talk branding, I talk all that mindset stuff. I've written books about these topics. I haven't written a lot of strictly business books yet, but they are coming in 2016. I'm doing webinars on these topics. I do coaching on these topics. I consult people on these topics. I got courses on my website on these topics. If you click the link on my Periscope bio, you'll see that. My name is Dre All Day. Y'all can catch me on Snapchat at Dre Baldwin, Periscope at Dre All Day. Where else? Instagram, Dre Baldwin. My podcast is called Work on Your Game. My podcast is called Work on Your Game, where I talk about all these specific topics. My books are on Amazon, so just go to dreallday.com/Amazon, dreallday.com/Amazon or /iBooks, depending on where you like to read books. Follow me here on Periscope because I will be back before the end of the day to talk about a different topic. Everybody work on your game. Dre All Day. Make sure you follow me on social media, Snapchat. You see it right there. The code's going to come up. Dre Baldwin. My Instagram is the same name, at Dre Baldwin. My Twitter and my Periscope, both at Dre All Day. Y'all know my website, dreallday.com. Any business inquiries, hit me via email, dre@dreallday.com, or you can just send me a snap. Work on your game. Dre All Day.